Okay. All right, Sean. So I know you're probably driving home. Why don't you kind of give us an update as to where you're at in the plan for Genoa and any other thing you want to talk about?
Gotcha. Yeah, gladly. Sorry for my tardiness, by the way. Genoa, we are fixed and fully supported by the town management, the community, and the state park. So we have the Mormon Station State Park locked in. We have the town support. All of that is great now. I shouldn't have any of the uncertainties that I did in the previous years as we navigated this. So really where I'm at right now is, the first year we had the issues with just huge lines for people trying to register for the event or pay their bill who had sent an email in advance. And that was just not fun for people. And then last year we tried where, we would go around and collect and tried to improve the pre-registration process for people. And that ended up shorting us a lot of money. There was a lot of people that showed up that just simply didn't pay. It's neither here nor there. I'm not looking at this for profitability, but it would be nice if we could raise some money for the coalition and a good nonprofit simultaneously for everybody that actually does show up. So I shot out the save the date flyer a couple days ago per Dennis Merrill's suggestion. Great suggestion, by the way, because I'm trying to get a registration website up sooner rather than later. And even if people can't make a payment there, at least it'll help expedite the registration process. Because the past couple of years, I was vetting all of those personally with an email and then printing out an individual tag that I would customize for them. So I'm trying to automate some of those mechanics that need to be automated just so it can be smoother and easier for everybody. Whether we'll take payments online or we'll kind of improve the payment taking process at the day of the event, I'm not 100% on. I still have a few variables with the website that I'm trying to get figured out. But as far as the event happening, 100%, we're good to go. Everybody's in support of it. I'm just trying to improve the registration process now, because the second I throw a flyer out that says register at registration@genoaevents.info, we're locked in until September, and I can't really change it. And that just ensures that the month before that, and some of you know how much I have going on right now, that my head might explode. So I'm trying to avoid that, because I'm still going to deliver either way. I just want to improve the process and make sure the attentiveness is there, because this, the thinner you spread yourself, the more likely you are to make mistakes, and I don't want to do that. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
That's probably why we don't see your mug, because your head's gotten big, huh?
You can't see me because I want to make sure that the audio is good while I'm driving. But we're good. I'm on Bluetooth, so we're safe right now.
Unfortunately, Sean, for the registration where we're at, it's so difficult to make sure you tag everyone, and I get that because we're so spread out all over the place. So I think online registration is probably our key. I mean, it is difficult to walk around and hit everyone and hope you get everyone. And the only other option is what we tried to do was do registration at the beginning when people signed and were rolling in, but then your lines back up. So I think you're right in the right direction with the registration online is our best way to get everyone covered.
Yeah. So I mean, the mechanic there is simplifying the process.
Nope, you went mute, Sean.
Incoming call. Hopefully that didn't block my audio.
That's probably what it was. Somebody calling in. You're good now.
Okay, cool. They fill out their information, they make their payment, that auto generates their tag for their dash with their number and all their vehicle and club and information that's going to be public. And then they can just print the thing out and just pull up to their spot and we're good. That's really what I'm aiming for right now. Just the past 2 years of my first 2 car shows, those are clearly the weak points. So I'm trying to fix them.
Hey, Sean, do you remember what time we started registration online last year? It was so maybe we could start a little earlier. Maybe that'll help.
Uh, it's not, the thing is we put the flyer out last year in, I think, February, and people started registering, and then people would register so early that they wouldn't show up. And then I started getting emails to please cancel theirs. And then they would email me back and ask me to uncancel theirs. And it became a very manually intensive process that, just through my experience with my various businesses, I know I can automate it and make it simple for everybody.
Okay.
So, I mean, because the thing is otherwise either I can do that or I can hand a unnecessary level of manual labor off to somebody else. And that's, I don't think anybody wants
Unnecessary.
that. Because ultimately I want to build this, because if I build it and we prove proof of concept at this event, then we just make it available to everybody in the coalition. I'll just
That's
generate
exactly what my
different-
first question was going to be, Sean.
Yeah, I don't
As a-
care. I mean,
as-
it costs me X amount of dollars to have one website, and that's not a lot because I have my own web development team. So if I can make it work for one, it's copy paste. Okay, now we've got a coalition site, and every single
That's
person in the car club can replicate that for their shows, and life gets easy.
That's cool. I like that idea a lot.
And you're the smart guy to do it.
Yeah. And then and then all of our clubs have access to it. Is that what you're thinking, Sean?
100%.
Yep. Yep. Makes
I mean,
a ton of sense.
The more we can remove the manual labor aspects while not foregoing, the parts that matter, like, having a point of contact. The clubs do that. But it's really the administrative work that's kind of the pain in the ass for everybody. And if we can remove the majority, if we can remove the majority of that and then just have amazing people like you guys and everybody else with the clubs that are in the coalition and all the other coalitions that hopefully want to join, because we create a mechanism that makes it easy to raise funds for the causes that you like and see the cars that you like and register for the shows you like and run those shows the way you like, then we're doing pretty good. I like that idea.
I think it's a great idea. Anybody want to chime in on it at all? No?
I don't think we need to chime in. I think Sean's a smart guy and he's in the right direction and he's got a game plan and we should listen to him.
Yeah. It's really, really good. Yep.
So worst case scenario, thank you for the compliments. You guys are nice. The worst case scenario is I've got a prototype that isn't ready soon enough, and we just do it the same way this year, but I will have it done to start testing out, probably even for some other coalition shows first round next year. But I just, you guys know me, those of you that are around me enough know how thin I spread myself sometimes. That's why I like automation.
We can throw it out to a couple of our group members here for like a beta test.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good idea.
I've got 2 of my web developers working on a prototype right now. Creating a basic website with information is one thing, but creating a system that allows payments, auto generates numerical ordered sheets for people to print out with their information is a whole nother layer of complexity. And it really doesn't have value unless we have that. So that's what I'm aiming to get. I guess if you could tell me, based on people's attentiveness, what would you call a drop dead date for registration for the September event, where we just, if it's not ready by date X, we have to put out the flyer and say, okay, we'll just email registration?
Can you do it by like June 1st?
By June?
And deadline the 15th? I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, that's really what the reason I'm looking for that date is because people's attentiveness, in this space better than I do. So if I can tell my team, all right, our drop dead date is June 15th. Let's see what we've got as of June 15th. And if it's not ready by then I'll have the contingency plan for registration ready to fire out.
But you talk about an end date. I don't know if we should have an end date because you're going to have those people that are last minute.
Yeah.
So if
I don't mean an end date for registration. I mean the last. No, I understand. Put out how to register.
Start date for registration, but
June 1.
But no shut off date. I mean, run it all the way
No,
through the end.
I think what he's saying is a shut off date personally for his designers
Oh,
Correct.
gotcha.
and not to
Yeah,
the
shut off date for
public.
my designers. Because
Yeah,
Okay.
the good thing about automation is I don't really have to create a shut off date for registration. Someone could
No.
register at 4 a.m. before the event and it gets automated. They get their tag, they print it out, and they
Perfect.
show up.
Perfect.
So
is that
kinda where my
okay with
head-
everybody? June 1, is that fit for you, John?
Yeah. I just need a target date where other people aren't going to be telling me, hey, like we really need this, and then I'm scrambling to get it done. That gives me a month to give them a drop dead deadline and build a contingency plan. So I'm good with that if everybody else is.
You went, Kevin, I can't hear you.
I'm not saying anything. That's why.
Oh, I thought your lips were moving.
I
No,
see
but I
we've
was
lost
pondering
everybody.
the time frame.
Okay, and then do we need to put anything out about, another flyer or anything?
You know what? If we're going to start off the registration date of June 1st, we probably should have a flyer ready.
So the
Is that
flyer's done.
possible?
The flyer's been done for 3 months. I just didn't want to push it out because the second I push it out, then everybody has this is how you register information on that flyer.
Well,
Okay, so
Sean,
Ken-
go ahead, Kevin.
I was going to say, Sean, so if our start date is going to be June 1st, can you have an adjustment put on that flyer saying registration begins June 1st?
Yeah,
And then we could start promoting it from then?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. They're like the coming soon thing.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So what I will do is take the primary flyer and remove the registration info. It has the general info. Registration begins June 1st.
Yep. And if you want to put it online, that's fine too.
Yeah, we can push that out. The main thing I'm worried about is throwing the method of registration out too early.
Okay.
Because I want to try and get this done. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be done in time. That's all.
So Sean, I have a question about the flyer. So you said it's already been ready to go. So did you make any comments about trophies? How many? If we're gonna have 50-50, if we're gonna have raffle prizes, are we doing any of that? I don't think we ever discussed that.
Because on the website to all of the additional details. So I was hoping that when I push out the flyer, I can, because there's only so much you can put on a page, but I've got more businesses that want to jump in, more trophies, all of that.
Okay.
I'm talking to in 2 weeks I have a meeting with Austin's House. So what I wanted to do is take the profitability outside of what we hold to maintain the NCC and push that into an autism awareness 501c3. So I'm trying to get these like finished layers done just to improve on things from last year. It's not an improvement.
Sean, you cut out a little bit. So on the flyer, how is it reading? How's it read right now? Did we lose Sean?
Yeah, I think so. For a second.
Is
Do
my
you
video,
know where I'm going with that, Dennis?
Yeah.
excuse
So,
me.
Alice,
No.
your camera's bouncing around.
I know, I've never seen it do this like this before. I think I'm just gonna,
Just go ahead and do the no video thing. You still hear us.
Am I back? Am I clean? I pulled
Yeah,
off,
you're
so
back.
I have a better
Yeah.
feeling. Okay. All right. I just pulled over for a minute.
Okay,
Um,
hang on one second, Sean. Alice, can you hear us still?
I can still hear you, yeah.
Okay, we're good. We're
Can't
good
see
now.
you.
All
Okay.
right, go ahead, Sean. You cut out a little bit there at the beginning.
Okay. So I'll 15-second recap. So flyer, broad level information. There will be raffles. There will be trophies. There will be a band. This will be the date. And then my intention was for the website to include all of the information. And once all that stuff's finalized, we can push out a follow-through registration flyer that has further details.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing is some of this kind of happens over time, right? People need to start registering now, but I might get another business that says, oh, hey, yeah, I want to be part of this in, 3 weeks before it starts. And
Right.
I'd like to be able to, throw that trophy up real time by just adding a line to the prizes page.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm going broad level and then narrowing over time was my thought process, getting more succinct over time.
So you're talking about raffles. So are we gonna be collecting raffle prizes, or do you have raffle prizes from the local community? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So what I did last year and what I'd like to do this year is each of the businesses that sponsors a trophy also gives out like a gift certificate or something as a raffle prize.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, one, I mean, that's benefiting them. So, it's not like I'm asking a lot for business sponsorships here. The whole reason I did it in the beginning was to help the town survive over COVID. So yeah, just, have them throw up a $100 gift certificate or something like that. And they were all,
And it goes right back into their community, so it works out. So
yeah, they're super happy with it. And I only charge them, what the trophy costs. I'm not trying to make this a massively profitable venture for anything, but I want it to cover the costs and, be a fun event and be able to afford a good band and, cover the fees that come with, shutting down half the town.
do we plan on doing a 50-50 raffle at all?
I think we should. And I think we should have a proper 50-50 raffle salesman handling that. And I think I know the name of him.
Who would that be?
Is he not here?
You talking about Alan?
Yeah.
I don't think he's online, but you would be correct on that. And I do have a raffle bucket if he needs it.
Yeah, he's the man.
He would have to be in a key location. We would have to find a key location at Central for everyone to see him.
He had something last year and he couldn't make it till, I don't know, it was like midday, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He's got that Boy Scout show.
Yeah. He ended up showing midday on that.
Yeah.
That's right. So we can figure out who can push that, later on. But I think doing the 50-50 is a great move. It's fun for the participants, and then 50% goes to the coalition to hopefully do more events instead of offsetting losses like last year. So
Yep. I would be willing to help out with that if needed.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
And speaking of what we got going on, trophies. So at what point can I get a list of all the trophies so I can order them?
Yeah,
What's
you
your
don't have any
drop
problem. And you don't have any problem bringing them this year, huh?
No, I have a new headliner in my car, so I won't wreck my headliner this year.
Does the coalition owe you something for that new headliner from last year's trophy?
No, it was needed anyway. It was just that was the final thing that threw me over to say, no, I need a new headliner.
Okay.
We'll get the trophies there earlier for sure.
So Kevin, if you want to, think about it a bit, maybe talk to the trophy company. I forget the name of them. Award Zone. Talk to Award Zone and figure out what our drop dead date is for finalizing that order with some buffer time for potential errors and mistakes.
Well,
or delays.
Sean, they're usually pretty good with a month notice to get any orders in. And I have a good rapport with him because I usually do our stuff so early, and he knows me so well. What I ask from him, he breathes my mind. So I would say a month, but
okay. So let's call it the end of July then. That gives us 5.5 weeks.
That would be good. Just to get some idea of what direction we're going, how many we want, I mean, I know, Sean, you had some great names last year that we went with, and we're probably going to use the same ones as far as categories. Okay. I would just need a list of all that stuff to turn in.
Okay.
The other thing,
sounds
Sean,
good.
is one more thing that normally everybody passes out T-shirts and stuff. We didn't do it. I don't know if there's anything that we as collectively could put together rather than you know, t-shirts go in a drawer and then they go in your, you know, wax rag, you know? Is there anything we can think of in place of a t-shirt?
Well,
Cost effective that we could do?
So that was one of the other mechanics I was going to go for the website was, you know, instead of trying to do like a local print thing where we need to count and all of that. I mean, there's a couple hundred different websites out there that are just large print companies. You send them their logo and you integrate that into your online store, and someone leading up to the event can order their event t-shirt offline, and we don't even have to touch it. I just have to integrate it into the site.
Or maybe a polo shirt or something, or whatever, or a female shirt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Marie,
I mean,
you probably have some ideas for maybe guys and gals.
So I have a system like that automated for one of my online programs that basically has 500 different clothing items from a print company. They do hats, shirts, mugs, buttons, all that kind of stuff. And sure, they take a larger margin for making it turnkey, but ultimately it's not our problem. And we're probably not going to do it anyways if it's something that we've got to put all that extra time into. So if we can structure it to where I just integrate that into the website, they can pick from every item that one of these entities will print different designs to. And then I only have to have Amy Lane, my graphic designer, submit the designs to them. Then someone leading up to this can order a polo, a hat, a shirt that has the logo on it and show up to the event with it.
So
And we'll
Sean,
make a couple bucks.
would that be similar to what Hot August Nights does? Like when we go on and we order for Hot August Nights for our you know, for our number for the year, you have the option to order a hat, shirt, and all that. Is it basically the same thing?
Kinda. They're big enough to where they probably have an arrangement with a local print company. So when you order that with your ticket, they're collecting the money up front, and then they probably have a cutoff date for that to where.
Hey, Sean, we've
Yeah.
got Hot August Nights on the line here, so maybe they can, are you muted up or unmute? On?
Yeah, this is Susie from Hot August Nights.
Yeah, so why don't you,
Correct that
how do you do
work
that?
with the print shop. Yeah, we work with, well, right now we have an in-house person who's taking care of.
Speak up a little bit. We can't hear you, dear.
Yeah, we have an in-house person who's taking care of our orders, but we do have a cutoff date and, you know, dates that we have to get everything printed by, especially for, if it's coming from, you know, China, or it depends on where they're coming from, but most of our car participant shirts have probably been ordered by now.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes complete sense, because you guys are big enough to where you can do that. I mean,
Sorry.
Hot August Nights is a massive event compared to, you know, our smaller shows leading up to that or following that. So that's why I'm presenting this other option for swag.
Yep.
Because sure, if we were to guesstimate, then we run a risk there.
Right.
Because you have all the sizes and variabilities and all of that. We're not big enough to where we can put together a bulk pre-order thing like that, like Hot August Nights. So what we can do is utilize one of these things. So, you know, normally if you go to like a print deal like that, you'd sell a shirt for 25 bucks, then you're making 15 bucks a shirt and your cost is 10 by doing a bulk order. Unless you're really going large volume, then you can maybe save some more. Whereas these automated systems, you know, we might make $7 a shirt and the print company makes 18, but we weren't going to make it anyways. And it makes it not our problem. And everybody gets to get exactly the size they want with the exact logo they want, and they get to show up to the event with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then that's something that will be on the register online, order your shirt, your mug, your hat, whatever you want to order online.
Yep.
So then the coalition will be able to, once we get this thing finalized and beta tested, will be available to any car club through the coalition.
Correct. Anything I can make
perfect.
work for the show goes to
Yep.
the coalition for any club to use.
That's an awesome setup.
Yep, that's
So
perfect.
And
it's
Sean,
just going to take some time.
this is Marie. Sean, can I get the information about that also? Because I'd be interested in taking a look at what print company is that?
I don't have it off the top of my head. There's a bunch of them. my game development company, I've got a army of live streamers that use this to sell swag globally. And so I don't know it off the top of my head, but I'll throw a couple of those out to everybody to try and implement on their own too.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just got to find the link and give you proper information. I don't want to talk out of my I don't want to give you bad information.
You're all
Yeah.
good. I get it.
All right. You pretty much done there, Sean?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. And if you guys are good with me jumping off, it's about that time.
Well,
for me too.
give Kevin a second. I don't want you to hear what he did this weekend. He performed wonderful stuff.
Oh, geez.
Cool.
Thank you. No,
Let's
we
hear
had Sean, we had our 4th annual charity cruise for our zoo, our local zoo out here this weekend. We actually ended up raising almost $1,400 for these guys. It's probably the most, I think it is the most we've brought in for them. The last count I saw, I don't know how accurate this is, but I was told that we had like 80 cars there. And a lot of people followed us in from Summit out to the zoo. But there was a lot of people waiting once we got there. 90 people went through the zoo. That Sean, you got to understand, this zoo has been around for a long time, and the person who owned it before passed away, and it kind of ran down. And the current people that purchased it have been struggling to try to survive and make sure that their animals are well fed and their conditions are great. So it's a great charity, and our community really came together this weekend, and I'm just in awe of all the people that showed up and helped out. So, and Dennis included with Dayton Valley Car Club. So yeah, it was a cool benefit. We always have fun with it, and the weather let us get by without rain. So we were happy yesterday. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What's the name of that zoo?
It's the Sierra Zoological, Northern Nevada Sierra Zoological Charity Cruise is what it is. And it's out heading towards Red Rock, out a little bit past Dead. They've been around, God, I want to say since the 70s, 60s, 70s. And they're well before Animal Art came out there, right off the side of the freeway out there. Great
We
people
were out there a ways. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got to
great people out
double
there.
check because we did the Reno Home Show with Nova, and I was talking to a bunch of people from a local zoo that sounded like they were kind of struggling, and they had some animals there at the home show. I got to double check. I've got her business card on my desk, so neither here nor there. I'm just super curious if it's
Her
the same.
name is Cheryl, if that rings a bell.
I think it was Cheryl. I think it's the same people. I think I was talking about getting a Patagonian covey off of her, which is a giant rodent.
Yeah,
That's
they
one
do
of
have
those.
those out there. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Cheryl and her husband, they're great people out there, great people, and they're doing a lot of good for the community and the animals out there. They really, really care. So it's a great group, and we'll continue to do the charity cruiser for them, and it's going to continue to grow. And they're actually talking about expanding for an additional parking lot. The only reason we had the limited amount of cars we have is because I know how much space that we could have brought in cars. But she's talking about opening a lot next year, and then we're talking about doing raffle prizes, barbecues, and all bigger and better things next year. So it's going to grow next year and continue to grow. Like I said, they do great things for the community, and we want to help them.
Yeah, you did
Okay,
a great job, Kevin.
that's
Really,
awesome.
Really good. You and
I'm
Marty.
really happy to hear that. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's the same people I met, and they seemed like really good people. So
They are.
yeah, happy to hear that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Nice job, Kev.
Thanks, man.
All right, Sean. We'll let
Cool.
you go, bud.
All right. I'll
Thanks
shoot
for-
those links
thanks
out to some of those websites, and I will follow up with you guys soon.
Okay.
Thanks, Sean.
Cheers.
All right. Talk to you later, bud. So hang on one second, guys. I'm going to disappear, see if I can get up here and have Marilee share screen for Phil.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Dennis. It's all right. I can go with what I have. I can just talk it through.
Okay. Oh, you can?
I'll do my
Hey,
best.
man, I need my wife up here, buddy.
Okay.
let's-
What I did is I pasted the main text into the chat room. I don't know if you guys can see it, but Have you guys all been to the museum recently in the last year?
We had a meeting there. We had for the coalition. We had you mean Reno?
Yeah, the Reno National Automobile Museum.
Yeah.
Oh,
We had
absolutely.
125.
I was there today.
Oh, thank you. So we're changing a lot. We put in $2.5 million and we got another million that's been committed to really give it a new facelift. So I don't know if you saw it, but we included a new outdoor patio, 16,000 square feet and a separate outside bar. It's a 40-foot bar. It's now the largest outdoor venue on the river in Reno.
Wow.
So my goal is to, in addition to the movie theater and some of the other things you have here, we're totally doing it over. Actually, all the carpeting is being ripped up today. And the final elements, we have a brand new exhibit center that's tied to the river. But the reason I wanted just to remind you that we would love to work with the coalition, and I don't know the right way to do it. So if I, in maybe 30 seconds or less, I listed off a lot of things up there in the chat room. And if you have any questions, let me know. But we have a couple big things coming up. One of them is on August 3rd. We're going to be celebrating American Graffiti's 50th anniversary at the museum. And I'm going all out. I'm going to take the whole riverfront, a huge tribute band. We have 3 of the cars from the American Graffiti a movie coming up there to be there, and food and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be on August 3rd. And then we also have a podcast studio and a TV studio. So if anyone ever wanted to have their own radio show or podcast show or a way to communicate with your coalition, video and audio, we only charge $200 for a full one show, fully edited. All you have to do is
Wow, that's cool.
all you have to do is hit play, and you're out there to a huge audience. And my hope is that coalition and others will get the word out, and maybe you just interview your sponsors. It's a benefit to some of your sponsors, but it's a way for you to communicate on a weekly show. You could do 4 shows in one day and space them all out. And I'm going quick because I just want to make sure that I don't bore you with a lot of details here.
It's no hurry, Phil.
The other thing is that we are implementing a new element to the museum. So all the cars, all the stone was taken out, put carpet back in. I moved 240 cars, and that's never been done since '89. And it just needed to have some look. Most we've ever moved ever in a year was like 10. So I had to take them all out, put them all back in, and that was a mess. But we're creating little sets, and I'm building a whole area in Gallery 3. It's like a 50s diner, like a whole Johnny Rockets type thing. And we're really looking for people who might be interested in helping us with some of the decor. But it's also a place for you guys to visit. We have a golf tournament on the 19th that we would love to ask you guys to come, and some of your group to come out and showcase some of your cars there with us. But the bottom line is we have a new membership that's for all car clubs, and we donate as part of that membership fee. It includes using the patio once a year, using the theater once a year, and every one of your members gets 50% off if they come every single day, 10 times a day. It's the same price. So
Wow.
I just want to remind you that we're here and we love to partner. And one thing that I just jotted down that I heard you mention some charities. I've been up to that zoo with my grandkids several times, and I know where it is. And if there's we have 105,000 square feet. If I can help you and it's not being used, and you guys have a need for the patio or anything else like that to help support a charity, or you need a drop-off point to collect items, just let me know.
Awesome.
All right, so hang on one second. Justin, unmute yourself. I wonder if we were talking about that November event or that February event, remember?
Yeah,
I wonder if Phil could help you, if we could make something happen on the inside of a building. I
yeah.
don't know if they have a big vacant building there outside of what their car display is or not.
Well, we just have the parking lot in the 16,000 square feet patio. It's literally on the river.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about, we had a winter event, and we had a few displays on the inside of a building. Do you have any like buildings that you could put cars in?
I just moved out of mine. I had 28,000 square feet and I couldn't find anybody to take even as much as 500 square feet. So I let it go on Mill Street. It might be open, but I don't have anything currently. I just let it go.
Well, it might be something to think about because I still, you guys, I'd still like to do something and not move in on Kevin necessarily, maybe expose more cars and have, car clubs display their cars and have a little bit bigger event on the inside of a building in February.
I would
Just a
love it.
thought.
I would love it if, my goal is to have that patio with the big 40-foot bar. And it's got 3 roll-up doors, all brand new. I haven't even taken the plastic off any of the freezers and the coolers inside. I would love for that to be used every single weekend. I could drive a truck, a tanker on those patios, plus you have the lot. So I would love that to be something that's on your radar just to consider. And then inside, every 2 months, I'm trying to change my changing exhibit. And I have 7 to 10 cars that I would love to highlight. We do all the promotion and everything. If anyone's interested in working with us on that.
That's cool. That's really cool.
I just want to say, Phil, that I was at the museum today and Andre showed me around. Colleen was very receptive and Karen talked to all of them. And I saw the patio out there and it's very pleasant.
No, I'm glad you said that. I unfortunately have the flu today, so I'm not in there. And
That's okay.
if you guys don't mind, I'm going to jump off unless you have any questions. But I would thank you for that because I'm glad my team represented. You wait till tomorrow, even by Friday. It's going to be completely different by Friday.
Really, it was very, very nice. I'm Alice from Classic Chevy, by the way. So
Hi, Alice.
hi.
Cool, Phil. Well, I appreciate that. This is recorded, so it's going to be posted out to the coalition. We get a lot of views. We probably get 300 or 400 views on it. So,
Hey, well, let us know if we can help in any way, especially the podcast. You want to get your word out. You go in there, 4 or 5 cameras. We have a TV studio and that. You can't even buy a microphone. But we shoot for a full hour show.
that's pretty cool. This
All
is the Auto Museum.
Okay.
Hot Dogs Nights, you want to add anything to that or any?
No, we love working with Phil and I know Denny's done some podcasts and so it's worked out great.
Yeah, they're doing
That's really cool.
show. And the poker run that's on that date, we're gonna wrap it up with the big 50-year anniversary of the American Graffiti Cars and the big one of the best Beatle tribute bands you've ever seen.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Thank you guys very much.
Okay. All right, Phil, if you need to sign off, we're about done here too. So,
Thanks, Bill.
Feel
all
better.
right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Marie, you got anything?
Nothing new. We have our show though on June 11th. So I just want to keep everyone aware of that. Come and show up and see all the fun, funky VWs that we've got.
You're the first one for the events, right? The Han event?
I believe so. Yeah, and they're going to be there. They're going to have a table set up too, selling the stickers, the $10 stickers also.
Good, 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 good. Good.
Hey, Dennis, there is a possibility if you wanted to without an indoor event, because I know especially in the beginning of the year, it gets real cold. If you wanted to take advantage of the museum, it could be an outdoor event since it'll be warmer at the end of the year and have a beginning of the year and an end of the year show to kind of go over what happened during the year and what you'd like to see next year. And then that's what can tie into the beginning of the year meeting.
So do an outside event and then an inside event. You could do that at Sean's without any cars, I guess. What do you think?
Especially with their theater capabilities, you have a nice auditorium to be able to speak to a lot of people, and especially with how many people went last time, it was kind of hard to gather all around.
What are you guys thinking? Like when? Like October?
Even September, because I know that a lot of shows go after Hot August Nights ends, and you can talk about the previous Hot August Nights events, and I'm sure we'd love to have them there and talk about what any thoughts are next year, or what their thoughts are, and then if once the winter one comes around, if that's factual, what their plans were originally or not, or any of the coalition's plans.
He's got a good point, Kevin. Remember you were talking about having the clubs together and a planning meeting for next year?
Yep. Yeah.
Could you do that with what he's saying? Bring the cars, show your cars, and maybe go in and use their auditorium for a planning meeting, or maybe not the auditorium necessarily, but
Well, for if you're talking about the museum, is that what we're talking about, the museum?
the
doing it there?
museum, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's always been done for Hot August Nights, and that's where it ended from Hot August Nights. I mean, it's a perfect place to do it. When you sit up there, you get all the clubs, you get everyone's attention. It's ideal, really. It is.
And then maybe the winter event's just a winter dinner and have fun.
Yeah.
What's the
Kinda like
date of the
potluck.
Hot August Nights large event? It's in September, isn't it?
For the event series, the finale is
Yes.
August 26th.
August 26th. Okay.
Yeah, and we're taking for this year's qualifiers, it goes through August 20th. And we've got right now about 3 shows already registered for 2024.
Wow.
Awesome.
So we're building, right now we have 17 signed up for 2023, but we're trying to add, ideally at least another 10, 15 more. And then all of our shows, all of our judging too. So we'll have probably about 25 qualifiers just with Hot August Nights.
Good.
Our goal is to get, 50 to 60 cars to the finale.
Perfect. Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's really starting to take on some steam as far as the qualifiers for Hot August Nights. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it, and I'm excited to see what B-Dub comes up with at their event. I was
Yeah.
at the Wicked Ways Cinco de Mayo show this last weekend, and I heard some people talking about it there as well. So I think it's starting to grow some steam, and I think that the word just needs to get out so people know more about it, and not everyone's in the know about it yet, but it'll catch on. I know it'll catch on. So
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
coming. But Dennis, as far as us getting together, as far as we need to get clubs together to know what's going on for upcoming events.
Yeah.
Because I'm already seeing people stepping on people's toes with car events this year. So I think the coalition is the right group of people to get a meeting together, and to do it at the museum, I think would be an ideal place to do it. And then, then we could always do our meet and greet like we do in the wintertime when, people are sad, there's nothing going on,
Yeah.
just to talk about
Yeah,
what
just-
they got going on.
Yeah, just have a fun event,
Yeah, absolutely.
And nothing,
So,
with cars. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Justin, I
So,
think
yeah.
you got a good idea, bud.
Appreciate it.
So
I do also know that I've been talking with a few people, and they've been trying to get a car show up on the grasses at Heavenly Village. If you guys have ever been up there for one of the little shows, they're always trying to expand that. I know it's a bit of a drive, but
I
I'm sure
lived up there, and
it might even be.
the
Go
guy
ahead.
that put on Cool September Days, I know that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people have been wanting that to come back up to Tahoe. And again, I can't say this enough, but I know it's a bit of a drive, especially that. But if it goes into the Nevada, California section, you might actually have some people wanting to participate from even Sacramento in the Bay Area, the classic cars. I know they don't like driving too far, but there's a huge community in Auburn, and Reno's just too far. But I know that they'll make a purpose to come up to Tahoe.
Okay. Yeah, good. Good. That's something we could plan for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, we should probably sign off, guys. We're coming up on 6:50 here, so. We'll post this up tomorrow. Justin, probably get a hold of the museum there and see if we can get a date.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and then
I'll
let's
look around the
you and I
scheduling.
talk so we can, plan it, because we'll probably need to move pretty quickly with it.
Yeah.
Dennis,
It's already come quick enough.
As far as dates, I don't think there's any dates past mine as far as shows, but mine's September 17th, so maybe after that.
Yeah, the end of September.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
I don't think there's anyone past me.
Okay, I'll keep that, Justin, in mind when you talk to him.
Yeah, September it's the 28th or the 29th. I think it's that weekend. I can't speak because it's still far enough out that I don't think there's any shows going on that weekend, or big shows, other than probably a Cars and Coffee, depending on if we do it on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk Saturday of that date and let's see what happens. And then
Okay.
give me a
Yeah.
call so I can let these guys know just via email, not necessarily a Zoom, so we have a plan going into next month.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll reach out. I'll probably actually reach out tomorrow and talk to him more in depth about that. And I'll swing by on my next pass
Awesome.
to Reno and figure it out.
Okay, great.
Hey,
Great.
Justin, thanks for coming out yesterday too.
Good to see
Oh, is he out there too? What were you driving, Justin?
Joe. We've got some 17 Camaro. None of our old cars are running right now.
Oh,
But
They're all
you
throwing
were
tantrums.
still there and supporting, so I appreciate that.
that's awesome.
Of course.
Okay, Alice, you got anything?
No, I just wanted to say that I took the coalition and your Northern Nevada Car Club calendars off of Facebook. And I made one up for our classic Chevy and even with Al's custom rod, and made a huge
Awesome.
giant calendar, and I sent it out to all of our members.
Oh,
So,
great.
yeah.
And then Marie, you're probably gonna have to be on next, does your event come on after our coalition meeting in June?
Well, June 11th is our show. When's you?
Let me look. 'Cause we'd like, I'm sure Han would like to find out how the first one went, for the event.
I believe they're going to be there. They're going to set up a table and be selling their
Oh, okay. Well, then-
$10 stickers there. Yeah,
And then Marie, I won't put the pressure on you. We'll let Han cut down here.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be pressured, anyway.
June 12th.
June 12th. Okay, so it's the next day.
Ah, there
Okay,
you
so
go.
yours is 11th or 10th?
Yes, and so I'll
11th?
give an update on June 12th. Yes,
Oh, okay. Then, well, both of you can be on.
yes.
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
All right. And Han, you have nothing?
Just, any help that you guys can provide and, referring any shows. We really need to build up our,
Yeah, well,
calendar a little bit with some more shows. And the other thing that we're finding, for shows that we're not able to go out to, or even, we were out at the Wicked Ways one, but we were set up so far from, even though it was only 2 tenths down from registration, that we're missing people. It just, Marie, if we can be, right next to registration or something, it's just tricky to get the word out with the decals without, catching them as they're coming in, because they just.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. You
We'll
should
have-
be by registration.
Yes, we'll have you right by registration. And then also I want to talk to you about getting what language. I'd like to do some push some posts on our Facebook page about the sale of these, so they understand what it is when they're coming in, so you don't have to fully explain it each time to every person. So I don't know if you have any
Yeah,
language you want sent
great.
to us, so we could do a post.
Okay, yeah, I'll work with our marketing team. We'll get something together this week and get it over to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, if you could just push it to the whole coalition, and that way we can each take it and process it the way we
Yeah.
want to. Okay,
Yeah, we'll definitely get that done.
all right, thank you.
perfect. All right, guys,
All right, thanks, guys.
this will be posted up tomorrow, so spread the word. Kevin,
right.
great event the other day, but yesterday.
Thank you.
It was fun. Good job. All right, guys,
All right.
we'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.